Is it true that Aglea has the highest energy cost among all characters in Honkai Star Rail? The answer is yes. So how does she perform well in a team, and what does her kit look like? Don't worry, in this video I will break down Aglea's kit along with some of her pros and cons. Even though there are already plenty of showcase video out there, many people are still unsure about what Aglea's kit really offers, so make sure to watch this video until the end, and let's get started. Aglea is the first Remembrance limited character in the game, and wielding the lightning element. She is a traditional DPS who thrives on stats like attack and crit. What sets her apart from other characters is her summon, Garment Maker, which has its own HP and turns, fighting alongside Aglea on the battlefield. Not only that, but the summon also comes with its own unique skills and talents, separate from its summoner. Aglea excels in dealing multiple attacks thanks to her incredibly high speed when in combat. She has a base attack of 698 and a speed of 102. As for her traces, she provides lightning damage boost, crit rate, and defense. For Aglea's basic attack, there's nothing too extraordinary at first glance. She deals lightning damage to a single enemy. However, Aglea has the ability to enhance her basic attack, turning it into her primary damage source, which we will delve into it later. When Aglea summons the Garment Maker is not on the battlefield, she can summon it using her skill. But if the Garment Maker is already present, using her skill will instead heal it by 50% of its max HP. As for Aglea's talent, the Garment Maker starts with a base speed of 40 and an HP equal to 66% of Aglea's max HP plus 720. While the Garment Maker is on the battlefield, Aglea's attack inflicts a debuff called Seam Stitch on her target. This debuff only affects the most recent enemies struck. So what exactly does Seam Stitch do? As mentioned earlier, the Garment Maker has its own set of talents and skills, separate from Aglea's. For its talents, every time it attacks an enemy afflicted with Seam Stitch, its speed increases by 60. This speed boost can stack up to 6 times, meaning the Garment Maker can reach a staggering 400 speed at maximum stacks, which is an insanely high value. On its turn, the Garment Maker performs a blast attack that hits 3 enemies, dealing 100% lightning damage to primary and 66% damage to adjacent target. When Aglea first summons the Garment Maker onto the battlefield, it immediately gains an action advance of 100%, allowing it to act right away. If the Garment Maker is defeated by enemies or removed through other mechanics, it restores 20 energy to Aglea. Thanks to its extraordinary speed, the Garment Maker continuously assaults enemies while generating 10 energy for Aglea with each attack. This energy helps Aglea regain her ultimate, which comes with a notably high energy cost. Aglea's ultimate synergizes beautifully with the high speed of her summon, the Garment Maker. When activated, her ultimate will summon the Garment Maker if it's not already on the battlefield. If the summon is present, Aglea fully restores its HP. Activating her ultimate also puts Aglea into Supreme Stance, granting her an action advance and boosting her speed by 15% for every talent stack on the Garment Maker. With the Garment Maker at its maximum speed of 400 or 6 stacks, Aglea gains an impressive 90% speed boost. Considering her base speed of 102 and an additional of 25 speed from speed boosts, this results in a total speed of approximately 241 during Supreme Stance. This extraordinary speed not only lets Aglea take more frequent actions but also enhances her synergy with team compositions that capitalize on a high tempo combat. While in Supreme Stance, Aglea's basic attack becomes enhanced, turning into her primary form of offense. A countdown timer appears on the action bar with a base speed of 100, similar mechanics to Firefly's ultimate and Robin's Concerto. When the countdown ends, Aglea's Supreme Stance concludes, and the Garment Maker self-destructs and disappears from the battlefield. Aglea's enhanced basic attack involves a powerful joint attack with her Garment Maker. Together, they target 3 enemies, deal 440% of combined attack as lightning damage to the primary target and 176% to adjacent enemies. The joint attack is treated as 2 separate attacks, one from Aglea and one from the Garment Maker. This makes it especially effective in triggering certain mechanics such as granting an ultimate stack for a facial or replenishing energy for allies like Robin's ultimate. Aglea and her Garment Maker gain additional benefits from their high speed. Her Trace 1 grants Aglea bonus attack equal to 720% of her total speed during Supreme Stance, plus an additional 360% of the Garment Maker's speed. With Aglea's speed at 241 and the Garment Maker's speed at 400, their combined attack boost can reach up to this number. This means you will likely don't need to equip her with attack boots, as the bonus from this trait alone is already substantial. When the Garment Maker disappears after Aglea's ultimate ends, Trait 2 allows it to retain 1 stack of speed from its talent. When it is summoned again, it starts with this retained stack, saving time in rebuilding its momentum. Trait 3 increases the Garment Maker's damage by 30% for 5 turns when Aglea uses her skills or enters the battlefield. This buff remains active even during Supreme Stance, ensuring consistent damage output. For her technique, Aglea summons the Garment Maker and attacks enemies together. Upon entering combat, she deals lightning damage to all enemies, and applies the same Stitch effect to random enemies. This design allows Aglea to be SP positive, needing to use her skill only once at the start of the battle. She can then focus on basic attacks to maintain her rotation and conserve skill points for other team members. However, in unfortunate situations where the Garment Maker is defeated, she may need to use skill points to resummon it. To prevent the Garment Maker from self-destructing after Aglea's ultimate duration ends, you can maintain its uptime by ensuring Aglea has at least 134 speed and above, and pairing her with team members like Robin, Sunday, or Huohuo to sustain her energy. This setup enables Aglea's ultimate to achieve 100% uptime, maximizing her presence on the battlefield. Thanks to the unique mechanics of the Path of Remembrance, which places her summoned on the battlefield, units like Aventurine benefits greatly. With the team now effectively having 5 members, Aventurine can activate his talent more quickly. The more often the team is attacked, the faster Aventurine can reset his shield. Aglea's signature Lightcone grants additional 12 base speed, perfectly complementing her playstyle. Whenever the wielder or their summon performs an attack, they gain 1 stack of Brocade, with each stack increasing crit damage by 15%, and this effect can stack up to 3 times. Once the maximum stacks are reached, each Brocade stack further boosts the basic attack damage by 15%, resulting in a total increase of 45% crit damage and 45% basic attack damage for Aglea and her Garment Maker. Currently, this Lightcone is uniquely tailored for Aglea, as she is the only DPS character from the Path of Remembrance in the game. Aglea's eidolons significantly enhance her combat capabilities, adding new layers to her synergy with the Garment Maker. For her E1, whenever Aglea or her Garment Maker performs consecutive actions, their attacks ignore 25% of the enemy's defense. This effect can stack up to 2 times. As for her second eidolon, the speed boost stacks from the Garment Maker's talent increase from 6 to 7 stacks, further enhancing its maximum speed. Additionally, after Aglea attacks, the Garment Maker also gains a speed boost from its talent. Her fourth eidolon let Aglea and the Garment Maker deal an extra 8% damage to enemies affected by Seam Stitch. Each time they attack a Seam Stitch inflicted enemy, they also gain 20 energy. And last eidolon, while in Supreme Stance, Aglea and her Garment Maker gain 20% lightning rest spent, allowing them to deal even more damage against heavily resistant enemies. Additionally, every time they gain action advance, the damage multiplier of Aglea's enhanced basic attack increases by 0.4% per point of speed they each possess. Using Aglea's signature Lightcone, the new Remembrance DPS relic set, and the following stats, along with the team support from Robin, Sunday, and Huohuo, Aglea's enhanced basic attack can deal up to 350,000 damage to 3 enemies with a weakness to lightning. Meanwhile, the Garment Maker's attacks per turn reach approximately 91,000 damage under the same setup. With her exceptional speed and the action advance effects provided by Sunday, Aglea can repeat this high damage enhanced basic attack multiple times during a single activation of her ultimate. So, Aglea is a unit that can be considered quite strong. Thanks to her high speed, she can consistently deal large amounts of damage. Additionally, players don't need to worry about running out of skill points because Aglea can be considered an SP positive unit. She also has an incredible attack boost based on the amount of speed she has while in Supreme Stance, thanks to one of her traces. Moreover, her Garment Maker is immune to all debuffs while the ultimate is active, ensuring it doesn't interfere with attacks or reduce damage output. However, one of the issues with this unit is her high energy cost, which is the highest in the game. While the Remembrance path benefits units like Aventurine, for Aglea specifically, there are also downsides if you pair them together in the same team. Her high speed and constant actions cause shields provided to her to expire quickly, as well as buffs like Tinyon skills. So what other additions could be made to Aglea's pros and cons? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. That's the breakdown of Aglea's kit, and I hope this video was helpful for you. If you like it, please support Catboloni by giving a like and subscribing. Turn on notifications because up next I will be making a video about V1 RMC. Stay tuned, stay happy, and I will see you humans in the next video.